What's the drop on the Monarch?
Go Team Venture!
Go Team Venture!
Go Team Venture! Go Team Venture!
Gentlemen, welcome to the heart of the Monarch.
Hello and welcome to the Heart of the Monarch's Lair, the Toplofty Lounge, episode 102. Conversations for the Elevated. Welcome to all my fellow snobs. I am your host, Science Fiction Snob. This week on the program, we're talking about some of the best and our favorite Western animation, maybe some that isn't quite our favorites, but some of our favorite Western animation. And hopefully maybe you'll get... You'll be like, hey, I didn't know about that one. Maybe I should check it out. If Snom and Cam liked it, maybe I'll like it too. But before we get to that, let me introduce my co-host. He's the man who's the heart of the lair of the snobs. It's Cam. Say hello, Cam.
Good evening, everybody. And can I just say, if we were to retheme to the Venture Brothers, I would be fine with that.
Oh, that's a great show. I just started. Oh, wait, we can't talk about that. Save it to that part of the show. Welcome everyone. Let's take a look. Weatherman. Oh man, I feel sorry. Day 14 of a migraine. Oh, come on. That sucks. Yeah, we heard you were missed. Yeah, we were like, hey, you missed a couple shows. I mean, you don't have to show up for shows, but we were hoping that everything was good. But obviously, you've been having a tough time with it. That sucks.
And no pressure, but you're the only one keeping the show afloat right now.
yeah, no pressure. And thanks for the gift of one membership. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that. We always appreciate it. Yeah, awesome. All right. And we're going to talk, like I said, about Western animation. Let's give a little chance for a few people to pop in. Maybe they don't know what a great show this is going to be. So, Cam, what did you do this week? Anything interesting? I will mention that today was Mother's Day. So.
Yes,
and I'm not sure if you have a mother, but
in fact, I do.
You do.
Yes,
what happened to the asexual reproduction with the splitting of the cells or something like that? No.
No, not for me. I'm a natural born.
All right. Oh, Outpost Nerds in the chat too. Good evening. Good evening.
Outpost Nerds, feel free to roast us as you were roasting Jeff just moments ago.
Feel free to roast Cam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thin-skinned snob. I forgot.
That's right. I don't hurt my feelings.
No, I actually visited my mother today.
Oh, you did? Oh, awesome.
Yes. So, anyway,
do you want to expand on that, or
no?
I called my mother today because she lives several thousand miles away from where I live, of course. But I did talk to her, and a little bit of a scandal at the Snob House. I forgot that it was Mother's Day today. I thought it was next week. And so I get up this morning and I'm like, everyone's on Twitter going, I get up early. Everyone in my house, they sleep late. They're all women. They sleep into like forever. So I'm up at like 7 and, they don't get up to like 10:30 or something like that. And I'm like, is it Mother's Day today? Everyone's wishing everybody happy Mother's Day. That can't be true. And I'm like, oh, it is. Uh-oh. Luckily, we did the quick, breakfast for Mom. It wasn't in bed, but it was, in the living room or whatever. The usual pancakes and bacon, which is what we normally do. So I was able to save that and, pick up some flowers later. And, but as I tell the kids, look, she's not my mother. I mean, she's your mother. I'm phoning my mom and saying, happy Mother's Day to her. You guys are supposed to organize this, and my daughters are old enough. They're like, 14 and 20. I mean, geez, they should be planning things and doing stuff. Don't you agree, Cam? Like, come on.
You should have Treated your wife better.
I should have what?
Treated your wife better.
My wife? No, she's their mother. They're supposed to be nice and plan these things. I shouldn't have to plan them. I've been planning them since they were little children.
That's true.
It's time for a rest.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think it's a father's duty to enable and support those efforts, but
which is what I do. But they have to take a little bit of responsibility at some point in their lives. All right. I don't know what happened. I didn't listen to the show. I was busy, but yeah, apparently. Outpost Nerd says he had steaks for Mother's Day, but I made barbecue chicken for myself. Oh, we had, I took my girls out for the day, not the wife, just the girls. So mom got a day off.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's fair.
We went downtown and we had lunch.
Downtown, meaning where the horses are tied up.
What's that? Sorry,
where the horses are tied up.
Downtown, yeah, of course, of course.
Where the well is,
and the well is, yeah. And we, my girls like reading, of course, so like me, except not science fiction. That's the only. So we went to the used bookstore and got some books. She's the mother of my children, yes, but she is their mother, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So that's what we did for today.
All right.
And, the wife got, was free to dig in the garden and do her usual things around the house without being bothered by anybody for at least a couple hours. So that's her present.
Right.
You get flowers and, I cooked chicken for barbecued chicken for tonight as well. And, that kind of stuff. But yeah. What about you, Cam? That's it. You visited your mother. That's it.
Yep.
Nothing. No other mention.
That's all I choose to disclose. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. What else? Anything else in the week? I guess no. There's nothing important. Oh, you'll be happy to know, Cam, that love is in the air around the Snob household. The frogs are back. And they're chirping up a storm. They started a couple weeks ago. Actually, they started in April, and then we had this dump of snow, like almost a foot of snow, and it was quiet. The frogs are like, oh, they're all croaking. Hey, baby, come. It's all the male frogs right there. Hey, baby, come on over here. Listen to my voice. It is great. And then it was like, oh, snow. Let's go back to hibernating for a couple days. And so they did. But now we're full on spring now. So they are just croaking up a storm in both ponds. So yeah, I didn't get it ready for it, but maybe next week I'll put up the audio. You can hear them loud.
So
yes, Weatherman says that used books are my menace. Yes, same. I can't walk away with. I bought three. Unfortunately, they're all books that I have already read, but two of them were ones to complete parts of collections that I have of various storylines in the same edition, right? So one of them completed. I only needed one for that. And the other one is one of two. So there's like 5. I got one of them, one more to go. So yeah, I can't walk away without, yes. But this bookstore is pretty good. It's got lots of stuff. I don't know where they get their stuff from. They always have, every time I go, every couple months, they always have new books, like in the science fiction area. And there are old ones from some of them I got already, but like old copies from like the 80s and stuff. I'm like, these are when they had good covers. And so I'm usually buying them just for the covers. And I'm like, how do they keep getting these? Because I bought the last ones they all had. And I don't know where they get them from. I'll give you an example. I don't know if you know Philip Jose Farmer. He wrote a book, The World of Tears. And that's like tears on a cake, not crying. Anyway, there's 5 books in this series. And I think he got Frank Frazetta to do all the covers for them. They're classic Frank Frazetta covers. They look amazing, awesome. So whenever I go in there and I see one, I'm like, I'm gonna buy this, and I often buy it. And it's usually I don't understand the pricing system that they use, Cam. So generally, what I don't know, well, use books in your area, how they do it, but generally what they do is they look at whatever the price was when the book was first sold. You know how it's always got $5.95 or $3.99 or whatever it is on the back, right?
Mhm.
I mean, now it's $14 or whatever for a paperback. But they take that and they take us, they go, okay, well, 50% of that or whatever the number they use, right? So the older editions are actually cheaper. And I'm like, the older editions are better because, as long as you find one in good shape, but they're like, they have art, because nobody does art on science fiction books anymore, right? They do that graphic crap, right? It looks like it's made by a graphic designer. Like, have you seen the new Dune novels?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of, it looks like a graphic designer did it, but the old ones have actual artwork. Like, why would anybody want, a graphic design stylized, crap on there instead of real art? No one would want that, right? So they actually charge less for the better books, but don't tell them I told them that, because hey, that's a great deal for me and all the rest of us. But yeah, so I got 3 books, $3 each, $9. So it's pretty good. Sorry, did I interrupt? Were you going to say something?
No. I did nothing in terms of sci-fi this week. I dodged some travel, which was, I consider.
Really?
I feel blessed, incredibly blessed that didn't happen. Because
what happened? How do you mean? What happened there? What do you mean?
It's a whole thing. But I basically would have been away for 2 nights, and just stupid, going to the middle of nowhere kind of thing. But that's neither here nor there. It didn't happen, and I'm very pleased about it. But the other thing that was distracting me this week, and I know I don't want to go, I'm not suggesting we go into this, but all of this YouTube, this stuff going on with let's say large YouTube channels, or
oh
other,
yes.
well, I could say it. I don't. It's not like anybody cares what we say. Quartering, and then now, and this, Kino Casino was, I think, where it started, and then YouTube, coincidentally, at the same time, demonetizing people, continuing to do that. Now, some people are getting some channels back. I hear all this stuff going on. It's a lot to follow, but apparently there's a train wreck going on currently in this whole saga. I haven't been able to keep up with it, but it's. It kind of makes me hate YouTube in general. Not YouTube, just the platform. I mean, the whole idea of YouTubing, and the business, and just the snake behavior of various people. And
well, I would say there's scumbags anywhere you go, right? Like,
sure,
you can't blame. I mean, I'm not writing off what,
but a lot of time it's not played out in front of you, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying that whatever some certain YouTubers doing, that shouldn't sour us on the platform just because some people misuse it or are being jerks. But what YouTube is doing, that I mean, it's kind of stupid what they're doing.
Well, YouTube enables all of this, though. We talked about this a little bit on Tennessee Tabletop Tavern and Sci-Fi for Me on Bad News Bar before this show, is that the guilty until proven innocent policy that YouTube cowardly, as cowards, keep in place, letting people strike channels when there is no evidence for any wrongdoing, and often they present the it's in guilty until proven innocent, and then people prove that they're innocent and they're still like, no, screw you.
Yeah, no, it's very especially when if you release a video on YouTube, and not me, because I don't make any money,
right.
But if you're a big channel and you release a video, your first, the most amount of watches generally for the video are within the first 72 hours, right?
Right.
So what happens is that you release a video, and then somebody copyright strikes it right off the bat. So they say, hey, that's my video, I should get the money from it. So they give the money for that video to this other guy, and then you have to go and say, hey, you guys are being jerks. This is nothing. This guy can't, everything is good to go. It's my own stuff, blah, blah, blah. And when we finally prove that a couple of days later, well, you've lost most of the revenue from the first
exactly
bit, like the best part of the big revenue when you're, when you release the video and nobody cares. I mean, you're completely right. This guilty until proven innocent thing is just foolish. And there are, stories coming out now. There's all kinds of stuff about, there's like guys on there who are saying, I made this music, and then I put it on, I personally made this music or whatever it is.
Right.
And I put it on my channel because my channel is, I'm a musician and then my music is all on this channel. And then somebody stole that music and put it on their channel and used it. And they're a much bigger channel. And then they copyright struck me, right? The guy did. So the guy's getting copyright struck for his own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's music. I mean, that's just garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy stuff that's going on. But yeah, I guess it's nice that or I should say your little channel doesn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that because we only have 4 people watching.
Right.
They're 4 very good people, so that's good. Worst part is someone. Yeah, I mean, you can't. This guy's, yeah. I mean, hypocrites. They're all over.
Yeah,
can't do much about it. You just gotta. I mean, the best thing to do, in my view, is to name and shame these people, and then hopefully nobody will ever, deal with them again. That's the way you teach them a lesson. Also, dinging someone who for something they did 8 years ago needs to stop too. Yeah, picking on things that happened a long time ago. There's another guy I'm following. His YouTube channel is filled with thousands of hours of World War II footage. Right, like he's archiving this historical footage from World War II. Like he's doing the world a service, really.
Right,
all this World War II footage. Well, it got his channel struck, and he hasn't had it for something like I see him every day. He's like day 43, day 44 of not right, and I think it's because the guns. Oh, there's guns in it, right? Because of course there's guns. It's there's tanks and there's all kinds of. It's World War II historical footage. I don't know that for sure, but the guy is like, "Hey, look, this is archival footage. I've been doing this for years. Like, I think 8 years he's been at it, something like that. Give me my channel back." And they just got rid of his channel. Like he can't get access to it at all. He's
ridiculous.
And I don't know. I don't know if it still exists or not. It's not.
Well,
it's not on the internet, I guess. Like it's gone.
See, this is the
Whether
thing
they
that
erased it or I don't know.
I experienced this with my many travails with old X or old Twitter, and it's what's going on a lot with YouTube as well. Is that you are not getting AI or whatever automated systems there are. They're just there's walls put up and you can't get through them. I mean, it's like there's just no way unless someone allows you to. You can't get around them. And these are red flags, right? This is going to be the same sort of systems that are there that prevent you from getting medical treatment or buying food or whatever else. This is one step away from full-on dystopia.
No, I agree. It's like talking to a brick wall, right? Like and like getting locked in those corporate telephone chain things that we get frustrated with. You never talk to a person.
All of these things are staring us in the face, and we're just ignoring it. We're just let's build more data centers. Let's do more AI because if we don't, someone else will. And it's like, I mean, it's like the inmates running the asylum. Kind of thing that's going on right now. It's unbelievable, and this won't end well. Yeah,
I mean, and the people that have survived and have gotten their stuff unstruck or whatever it is, it seems like they're the only people who have been successful are the ones that are really big and have made a big stink and got enough of a stink on X Twitter or somewhere else.
Yeah,
that they've had to take action. Right. So it's the squeakiest wheel gets the grease, which is, logical, but still not fair, right? Like, if you're not, you have to be a huge, 100,000 sub channel before you get any, attention, and then we're just going to go striking down the little guys and then screw the rest of them. That's a little bit it's a little bit unfair.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm not against AI per se, and I'm not saying that this is, but I need to speak to a human. They need to have a human in there to be able to. And, if YouTube doesn't want to do that, people are going to leave and they're going to go somewhere else. Right. I mean, there's been all these companies that, well,
that would be great. That would actually be the best thing.
Oh, exactly. That'll just teach them a lesson. Oh, too big to fail. Oh, yeah. Well, Blockbuster was huge and it failed. There's been all kinds of huge companies and no one thought they would ever lose. And they didn't. They failed to innovate. They failed to look after the customers. They failed to do something in some way. And then next thing you know, they are a shadow of their former selves or are dead and don't exist anymore. And,
yeah, Weatherman brings up a good point.
Good for them. I hope for sure. I hope so.
The AI is watching. No one's watching the AI. As if they can. I don't even know if they can at this point.
Yeah.
And then Outpost Nerd mentions, they YouTube is manipulating things.
That's the rumor, right? That they don't want indie creators anymore. I don't know why, because indie creators are the one that started and saved their platform. The rumor is they want to go to. They want to stick with all the big guns like the Warner Brothers and the Amazons and the Disney and all that stuff, even though those guys have their own platforms, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. And then the other thing is, to get AI to make a bunch of, AI, basically take what the indie creators have been doing for, almost 20 years now and just turn that into AI slop and just keep punching that out all the time. That's the other rumor or, speculation. Yeah, that's true. Blockbuster got a chance to get a streaming passage over, and Netflix took the deal. They had a chance to buy Netflix, and they didn't bother.
Yeah,
if they had, they would have killed streaming because, they wouldn't have done streaming. I mean, Blockbuster's not going to. We got all these stores.
Yeah, it would have been a
get
big
rid of that. I mean, look, we got millions and millions of dollars invested, billions invested into these stores. We can't get rid of that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Sears was a multi-million-dollar company that lasted 80 plus years and went away in 2 years. Glorious.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah. Where is Sears? I mean, I remember going to Sears and that. In Canada, we had what? Yeah, of course, you had Sears, the Bay, which is the Hudson Bay Company, which is, Cam, do you know what the
Hudson Bay Company?
The
Hudson
original? Bay Company. Really? Yeah, well, that's the Bay in Canada was the Hudson's Bay Company. It was the store. We had them. They were basically as common as Sears, right?
Okay, sure.
In Canada during the, in the 80s and stuff like that. And they were the Hudson's Bay Company, the company that, the king gave permission to exploit Canada back in like the 1700s and stuff.
The good old days.
He was around forever, right? You know what it is now?
Is it a bespoke coffee company?
No, it is latest scene. I think last week someone was posting it. They're this little kiosk in like a Target, which says the Bay, and it a little higher end stuff in this little sort of a kiosk, sort of like a 3x3 little pop up in the middle of their store type of thing. I don't know. I guess they bought them, but they ceased to exist basically. Yeah. Blockbuster's now a bank, and my Toys R Us is a shoe outlet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Toys R Us, another big, huge company that died. It happens, man. Like you don't. That's what happens.
Yeah. Oh well.
So, what did you do to changing the subject? What did you do to increase your sci-fi snobbery this week?
Nothing. I said I'm nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a copy of. Well, of course, I've been watching the Venture Brothers fairly religiously.
I think you can cut that at sci-fi.
Much as I can. Yeah, I would probably. Well, we should quiet. We should, because we could have a.
Oh yes.
We can finally pull up another show. Is it sci-fi show? We could do on Western animation. We could do Samurai Jack. We could do Venture Brothers. We could do, a couple of them. that we're going to talk about tonight. Yes, but I'm watching them. The PVR is PVRing an episode every day, once a day. So I'm watching 5 episodes a week, something like that. And some of them are a little bit out of order and stuff, but yeah, I've been enjoying them. And also, I got a copy of Ian M. Banks' Use of Weapons, and I'm going to read that. Banks is fairly well-known sci-fi author. I've read the first 2 of his books, is like the 3rd book. I'm going to get into that one. I started reading before, but I fell off because stuff was happening. But I'm going to get back into it. I really like the 2nd book more than his first book. Yeah. Incidentally, I tried to look for a couple of his books at the used bookstore. I think I saw 1 or 2, but they weren't the more well-known ones that I'm looking for. Yeah. But so I didn't get any of his. Weatherman says he likes Primal, but that is not sci-fi. Ooh, well, maybe we'll have to talk about it. Yeah, it's probably not. But all right. Yeah, that's about it for me. So I've been slacking a little this week too, as well, but I'll get back into it next week. All right. Do you want to start the topic, Cam? Do you have anything else you want to add?
I'm just seeing some of these things. It's this whole internet war is getting very nasty. I mean, it's getting very personal.
Need the drama.
I don't even think this is drama. I mean, this isn't even like. Sorry, I'm derailing a little bit here. There's a core real problem behind this, and that is striking people's channels. This is attacking people's livelihood. So drama is like, oh, we drum it up for clicks and everything.
Yeah,
and,
that's true.
Surely that happens within this, but this is a hard issue. And it extends to the fundamental structural problems with YouTube. So this is a real thing. I don't think this is just, hey, yay, drama, blood sports. There's more to it.
Yeah, I mean, striking people's channels falsely is bad. Like, if you have a real copyright strike, sure, that's fine. But I mean, YouTube enables this, right?
Absolutely.
Because they do the guilty until proven innocent. The people, they allow you to, you can go and copyright strike a bunch of stuff, for example, and, get the revenue from that for the first little bit. And then, oh, yay. I mean,
well, this is beyond just strikes and taking revenue. This is deleting channels,
Yeah. But, I'm saying that they are helping to.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be, if they didn't have that attitude towards it, this wouldn't be happening, right? If I couldn't say, I'm a big channel, you're a small channel, I know people at YouTube, I'm going to strike your channel because I have friends in high places, blah, blah, blah.
I called for a lawsuit against, I'm sure other people have as well. It's not like I'm the only person, against YouTube, because they're defrauding, in my opinion, they're defrauding their creators. But now there's this whole, Madman, I think you saw, he was talking about this other alleged lawsuit that might be coming.
Yeah. So, well, even if, someone else I was reading was saying that, usually you get demonetized. You can't get remonetized until 90 days after. But there's something that happened at 50 days. If you're not monetized, somehow they take some action against you. So it's like the system is set for you to fail.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, there's no accountability for striking someone else's channel, like wrongly. That's my point. Right. I mean, but we have the same sort of problem in the Western justice system. Oftentimes, people can make serious accusations against other people for various crimes, and they put those persons through the ringer. And if it's false, the person who made the false claim is never punished or gets a slap on the wrist comparatively to what they accuse the other person of doing. I mean,
yeah,
if you falsely accuse someone, and I'm saying falsely accused knowingly, not like, oh, I thought it was him, I made a mistake, I thought he was the guy who I saw trying to murder somebody. I mean, that's one thing, right? But to say, oh, I know you didn't do this, but I'm gonna get you because I don't like you. That's knowingly. the crime that you accuse the persons of, whatever the punishment for that, that should be the punishment that you face for a false accusation, in my view. But they won't do that because it's chilling for it could be chilling for people.
Well, we used to have this premise that it's better to let 100 guilty people go free rather than put one innocent person in jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess not.
No, I guess not. And speaking of that, the guilty, our sub count is at 734. It's been squeaking up a little bit. Thanks to everybody who's subscribing. I appreciate it.
Jeff hit 200.
Oh, Jeff's at 200. Oh, good for him.
Yep.
Curse him. All right. Yeah, that's good. Awesome.
All right.
Thanks for welcome new subscribers. All right, Cam, should we jump right into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get into it. Let's start the where's my here it is. Okay. We're gonna start off with one of my favorite shows, Rick and Morty. I don't know, Cam, what's your feeling about Rick and Morty?
I have not seen any of it.
Are you not a fan of it, or just you've never seen it?
I've literally never seen any of it.
Really?
Right.
Okay. But do you have any feelings about it one way or the other? Like, no, it's not for me. Can I convince you to watch it, or no?
You can convince me to try it. I heard something about it at one point. I was like, that kind of turned me off. I don't even remember what it was. Yeah. So, there's no strong barrier to me watching it, but, I just one of those things that didn't fall into my wheel,
So I am a fan of the show. And I recognize that it's kind of a hot or cold thing for people. There's a bunch of people that hate it. It does have the Cal Art style sausage mouth animation type stuff, but the big thing about the show is that, and one of the showrunners has been kicked off the show. He Dan. He was accused falsely of something and was kicked off the show instantly. And then, of course, years later, we find out somebody lied. Anyway,
he's been in a lot of trouble. I don't know what the real truth is with that guy.
I can't remember which one it is of the two of them anyway, but anyway, they are, their humor is pretty sharp. It, they finished season 8. Actually, I think season 9 is starting in May 24th. That's in like 2 weeks. The new season opens up. Now I'm not sure if season 9 was written. They had written a bunch of seasons, 7 and 8 for sure, before they kicked this other guy out. So I'm not sure if season 9 has him on the writing as well still or not. So it'll be interesting if he's gone. If this is the start of the season that he wasn't involved in, it'll be interesting to see if it's as sharp. It might start falling off quickly. But anyway, I'm a fan of the show. It's, the negatives aside, it is high concept sci-fi, right? So all these sort of very, interesting ideas, clone, whatever you can think of. Some of them are quite wacky and out there. And so they really stretch the imagination with that. And so I like that. There's no other show that challenges science fiction the way that they do with these, crazy concepts that, you don't see anywhere else. So I give them, props for that. Now, perhaps you don't like some of the characters, the way that they treat each other, or sometimes it's a little bit on the risque side. But if you could get past that, it's not too bad. There's some good stuff, particularly with Rick has a thing with the president of Earth. Well, sorry, the president of the United States, who thinks he's the president of Earth. Keith David voices him. He does a great job. They're always conflicting with each other, and kind of stuff comes off. Weatherman says it kind of fell off after season 6. I still think all the seasons are good. There's occasionally there's a episode in there which people are going, oh, that's off. I'm not a big fan of that. But generally speaking, they're all of similar quality. They had an ongoing arc where Rick was trying to find Rick Prime, the guy who killed his wife and daughter, and that was solved, I think, in season 7. But so that's a kind of an interesting arc. But there's always some stuff in there that's pretty funny. I still recommend the show. I'll be watching on when it starts in 2 weeks. I'm curious, like I said, I'm curious to see if it's the quality will still be up there, because there are some shows, The Simpsons, that we'll talk about later, that the quality falls off after a certain amount of time, and it loses people. But yeah, could I get you to? I wonder if I could get Cam to watch. You should, watch the first episode or two. Some of them are good.
Where can I see it?
I don't know. Season 9 starts May. Yep, May 24th. Yeah, where can you see it? Adult Swim has them. You might have to, at this point, you might have to buy a copy for season 1. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. I'll have to find it. Yeah, but some of the early first episode seasons are pretty good. There's a season. There's an episode where Morty likes this girl. Morty's from 14-year-old boy. He likes this girl Jessica, and he wants to get Rick to make him. It's called Love Potion Number 9. Is the name of the episode, and he wants them to make a potion, to make Jessica fall in love with him. But of course, it's flu season, so the thing gets to everybody, and then everybody likes Morty, and they really, really like him. He's running away. They're all trying to basically molest him. Everybody at the school who gets infected. And they so of course they have to science their way out of it. So Rick mixes up a bunch of stuff and includes praying mantis DNA, and then and he goes, all right, we'll just do that, and he sprays it over. This will kill the virus, and it works, except it doesn't, and it instantly turns them all into these horrific praying mantises, except for Morty's direct family members, his sister and his mother and father, because their DNA is related. And they're like, uh-oh, we really screwed that up. So they try something else, same thing. Oh, this should revert them back. But instead, it basically turns them into, it Cronenbergs them all. So they turn into these Cronenberg monsters. So they're like, okay, we got to get out of here. So that's the first time they leave a planet. They're like, oh, this planet's screwed. We're out of here. And they go to some other, another version of themselves in the multiverse. They go to another planet, another. They skip the multiverse. So that's it's they later come back to this too. Like this is touched on in later seasons. The the whole that stuff. So there's some threads that go through. But that's a pretty that's a Love Potion Number 9. That's a pretty good early episode. There's one where they make their dog too intelligent, and it makes a mechanical suit for itself. It takes over over I don't know, America or the world or something. I think America, and brings all the dogs in there. The dogs are like, "Where are my testicles? What happened to my testicles?" And they put the humans down. They keep them in cages and stuff. And the dogs getting intelligent and realize what we've done to the dogs. Realize what we've done to them. I domesticated them. The dog's watching TV. And he's like, the proud wolf now made into this little chihuahua. Bark, bark. And he's like, what have you done to my people? Like the dog, you can see the dog thinking, what have you done to my people? Like, we turned us into these proud, noble creatures, and now we're just like these little. So they're the episode ends with the dogs leaving. They go like, all right, listen, we're out of here. So they make a deal. We'll stop enslaving the humans, and we'll leave for some other multiverse and somewhere else. So, that kind of stuff, right? Tongue in cheek. There's a good episode with snakes and time travel and Terminator snakes and stuff like that. So that's There's a lot of good. We could you know what? Check out the first one or two, Cam, and then you'll see. You might go, okay, this is kind of funny. Because it kind of fits in with some of the other stuff we that you've. Like the Venture Brothers, the same type of, not quite, but yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's too bad Nathan isn't here. He's a big fan of Rick and Morty as well, I think, if I remember correctly. All right. Let's move on. Samurai Jack. Now, you have seen this one.
I've seen some of it.
Some of it, yes. I've seen some of it, too. I haven't sat down and watched it from the beginning to the end. The problem... I find with Samurai Jack is that some of the later episodes they're all numbered in Roman numerals, and I'm like, which one is first and second? Wait a second, like, are these in the right order? What's going on? But do you want to talk about the premise of it? Do you know the premise?
Well,
I mean, I can if you don't.
Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I've only seen some. The problem is, this was a show I was looking forward to before it came out, and then it was on wherever it was played originally. I forget. I didn't have it at the time, so I missed the beginning of it. So I had to kind of chase it down. But
this is a very old show. This is
it's in the 90s or was it in 2000, early 2000s?
Yeah, like it's 20 plus years, and I missed it when it first came out too.
Well, it starts out with the samurai stuff, and then it's basically goes into the far flung future, right?
Yeah. So I'll give you a quick. So Samurai Jack, he's he's samurai. He's a samurai. His name isn't Jack. They call him Jack when he goes to the future. He goes, just go with that. Anyway, this is in this picture here. You see, this is Aku, who's very evil, and Jack is raised to fight him, and he fights Aku in samurai times. We don't know exactly. I guess we assume it's sort of
let's say
something like that, maybe 1400s. Who knows? Anyway, so he fights him, but Aku knows that it's been predicted that he will defeat Aku. So Aku tries to trick that, and he says, "I'm going to send him into the far future." So he flings him into the future. Maybe about we don't know exact time, but it's like there's robots and Aku is now controls the Earth. He controls other planets. He has deals with other empires and people around the galaxy. So this is, maybe the year 3000, something like that, maybe farther. It's hard to say. But there's all kinds of weird creatures. So Jack is, he spends his time. He's like, I need to get back and defeat Aku. So he's really the whole 5 seasons, I think it's 5 seasons. Jack is spending his time looking for a way to go back in time back to where he, where he originally came from, and defeat Aku there, and therefore wipe out this whole timeline of where Aku has basically, been this evil dictator of the entire Earth, plus God knows how much other areas during that entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you missed a lot of episodes. Yeah, you can get it on DVD and all that stuff as well.
I would love to watch the whole show.
Yeah, it's great. It's Gennady Tartakovsky, Tartakovsky. I mean, great at animation. David Greer voices Jack, which I didn't think that he would be. He would be a good, but he's the sorry, not David Greer, Phil Lamar, right? From
Everything.
From Everything, like when he's done a comedy show. What was it called? With In Living Color? Was it? No, it wasn't a Living Color. Mad TV show, I think.
I think he was Mad TV.
Yeah,
but he's in Futurama. He's all kinds of
he's
stuff.
Great. Mako gave us a great Aku. Yeah. Mako is a great Aku. He did season 1 to 4, and I believe he died. And then he doesn't do season 5. But he's great Aku. And just some, it's not real detailed animation, but it's great for.
Well, it's very very stylized.
He's very stylized. It's great. And Jack is like the near perfect hero. Right? He's always looking out for others, which we don't see a lot in stories nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
He's he looks out for other people. He's always, he often is getting, sidetracked on his quest because he's got to help these people out, right? Or help them out or whatever, right? Because he can't just go through and ignore the problems these people. Yeah. Mad Weatherman says Mad TV. All right. Yeah. Good. It was Mad TV.
Just a note, Jeff is still going on Bad News Bards, counter programming you.
Oh, damn his eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
Should I send you in there to steal all his viewers?
I don't think it'll work, but
maybe not.
Anyway, we trudge on.
We trudge on. Yes. Great. Like I said, Tartakovsky is a great animator. I love. Well, not all of his stuff. He did this other thing in between Primal and before Primal that I didn't like as much, but it was interesting. He was called like Unicorn One, Unicorn something, and it was kind of steampunk, late 1880s steampunk with some different characters, a bit of a stylized, very different. But I didn't like it as much. But he's trying different things, and animation is still again that high level of animation. So yeah, I highly recommend Samurai Jack. I've been again PVRing all the things and trying to keep up with it. I think I've got them in the right order and stuff, so I might be able to get through them. But yeah, excellent story. I don't know what the finale is like. I haven't watched it, and I'm trying to keep away from it so I can find out slowly through the storyline. But yeah, anything else you want to say about Samurai Jack? Great acting, great voice acting. Good animation, very solid. Good stories, lots of action. Usually fighting robots, so that it's oil spurting instead of blood. That the things that he's killing, but.
Yeah, I just mentioned before the show that I was so excited about the show that I got these statues, like these maquettes, for it.
Really?
Yeah, and I still have them, and they've gone up in price a lot, and because they break,
Imagine.
they apparently there's like the hair and stuff on them are really thin pieces so most of them that exist, I guess, are broken today. Finding them that are intact is very hard. Mine happen to be intact for whatever reason.
Well, listen, you're gonna have to take some pictures of those and bring them on the show next week, maybe.
Okay, I could. Well,
I think the audience would like to see that. That was pretty cool.
You know what? I think I did take, because I packed them up for sale potentially, and I don't want to mess with them more. But I think I took pictures ahead of time.
Okay,
so I will dig into that. Yeah, they're really cool because there's a Jack one. And then an Aku one, and then there's a third one that is a 3-piece set. It's Jack when he's like a very little child, and then like an older child, and then an adult. It's like a 3-piece thing, like his training or whatever. So it's cool.
Yeah. Welcome, Hoot Owl. Good to see you.
Yes.
Awesome. All right.
On the life raft.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Like, I'm not a big fan of knickknacks and things that collect dust. But if I do collect something, it's got to be something from something I really, really like. Mm-hmm. And in this case, Samurai Jack would be like, that would be like a cool something to have. I'm like, yeah, that's a great show. I don't want just my family's always like, oh, we'll get you. I'm like, no, only get it if it's really something that I really like, because I don't need a shelf of knickknacks that are like ho hum. Let's save it for the really good stuff. And I'd rather have one really good thing that I really like than 10 things that are like, right? Right. But that's just me.
Yeah, I've got way too much crap. So
board games are different, though. I mean, you can have as many.
It's not just.
I mean collectibles like dust. I don't have any Funko Pops. I don't have any. I don't want any of those stuff. If it's like ho hum.
I have some Funko Pops. I don't know that I've ever actually bought one for myself.
No,
other people have gifted them to me. So
yeah. All right. So Samurai Jack, if you haven't watched Samurai Jack. Excellent show. Okay, so now this is a favorite of yours, Cam.
Excuse me. Yes, absolutely.
All right, what can you tell us about the Venture Brothers? And just don't give away too much, because I'm sort of partway through season 3. I think episode 7 or 8 or somewhere around that. So
okay, I'll give the basic setup. Is Rusty Venture, who is the bald fellow there, is a former child adventurer who was taken on. He's the Johnny Quest kind of character, right?
Yes.
Although Johnny Quest. Well, I won't go into that.
Johnny Quest is in the show.
Yes. So, and now he is a failure. The show's theme is failure. And he is a failed adult Dr. Venture. There's a story to that too. Anyway, he has these 2 boys, Dean and Hank. Dean is the blonde, the toe-headed.
Dean's the freckle-faced one.
Hank's I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Hank is the blonde, and Dean is the dark-haired one. Yeah, and then their bodyguard here, Brock Sampson.
Who's voiced by Patrick
Patrick Warburton, yes.
Which is like his name. You always recognize his voice. He's like Seinfeld, right? He had
he was Putty on Seinfeld.
He was Putty on Seinfeld. He was a small part in the second Men in Black movie. He got zapped.
He was in Series of Unfortunate Events, which was great.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff. Yeah, he's
perfect
awesome
for this. Anyway, go ahead.
And so basically, the world they live in, they have super villains running around, and they're your arch nemesis, and so the Monarch is Dr. Venture's arch nemesis, and it's basically just this idiot harassing him, while he's failing. Okay, so here's the thing: in the background there, you see Venture Industries. And so his father, who was the adventurer that he went along with as a child, is dead at this point. You find this out right at the beginning. So
yeah. We're not giving anything away then.
And so he was this inventor, and he established all this stuff like in the 60s, right?
Yeah, and he's famous. He was actually competent.
Well, yeah, right. But Rusty was famous too. Like there was find out, there was like a TV show, about Rusty and
was
books,
famous
and
because he was his
kid,
and he also had a television show because his dad wanted to promote various things, and he used the kid to help do that, and
right. And so his father's name is Jonas, and so they had there's a space station. You find out all this stuff as it goes through.
All one,
right? Space station. They have all this technology and stuff that's still like Hank and Dean have they all do. They have. Well, Helper is a robot that was made for Rusty, I think, Dr. Venture. But they have, the Dick Tracy, wristwatch telephone things, video phones and all this stuff. And they have like hover boots that they're always floating around in. And so it's like
hover bikes, hover scooters.
Right. And so it's like the 60s super science, basis for this. And now, the show is set in the 90s, I guess, or kind of contemporary.
And it starts about 2004, I think, is the first the first season. But anyway,
right. And so it's this. I mean, it's an absurd show, right? I mean, the stuff that goes on, like with the Monarch, his arch nemesis, and it's just insane sorts of antics that go on.
If you saw it at the beginning of the if you watched the opening of this show, you saw the Monarch.
Yes.
Welcome to the lair of the Monarch.
Yes, and in circles, imitating the Monarch is common for fans of it, because he's again another great. So Chris McCullough and Doc Hammer, those guys. So they basically voice, the two guys that create the show and write the show and everything. They voice a huge amount of the characters. And not Rusty. That's a separate guy, and of course Patrick Warburton. And Dean is who's Dean voiced by?
Dean's voiced by Michael Sinterklaas. French actor. Oh,
now
I can't pronounce.
Now, but Hank is McCullough, right?
Yeah,
right. So anyway, and they voice a ton of the. It's like a low rent show, kind of in a lot of ways, but I mean it's a modern classic, semi-modern.
Yeah, it's just cut so quick, like they don't waste.
It's
editing is great. They don't waste any time. There's all kinds of weird stuff that happens. There's a great cast of various characters. I mean,
they keep coming back, and and it just it expands more, but they keep coming back and tying them together. And again, I really like
Dr. Orpheus.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. Dr. Orpheus is a necromancer.
He's a necromancer, and he has that way of talking. Like everything is going to be the doom and gloom, and like you have to listen to him. Once you hear him once, you're like, all right, that's perfect.
So Orpheus, this happens really early. Orpheus rents space at the Venture compound,
because they need the money.
Right, they need the money because again, all about failure, right? And so Rusty is basically living off of his father's legacy, right? and it's like he
trying
has
to invent things and sell to the government.
Right. And they, there are like government contracts that are kind of lingering in some, or they have all this stuff, but it's literally just a parade of failure again and again and again. The show has an awesome soundtrack. It's, all original music, which is really good. I actually have it on like CD, because the show is over now. They finished it up. I haven't actually watched the last movie that they produced because
there's a television movie or something.
Right. So I have them all on DVD or Blu-ray, and my intention is to go back and watch the whole thing from the beginning to end because I haven't. It's been so they had these big stops and starts and gaps between.
Yeah. There's years of gaps. It ended in 2017. I mean, there's 7 seasons. It started in 2004 and ended in 2017. I think.
No way.
It's like
the movie. It was in 2017.
I think I could be wrong.
Holy crap!
No, it ended its run on October 7th, 2018, with 81 episodes, and then the movie on September 7th, 2020. Special series, the Radiant is the blood of the baboon heart was released on July 21st, 2023.
Okay, thank God. I'm glad I didn't lose like 8 years.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the final series finale, direct to video film.
Now, okay, for the kids that might be watching. Don't watch this show. It at times is very crude, extremely crude. I mean, this is for adults. Right?
Samson likes the chicks,
and the egregious, barely blanked out nudity is also and see, well.
I want to let me tell this one. So Brock Samson is he's a guy from OSI, the Office of Secret Intelligence. Is that it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's been, seconded to venture to protect him. Now I just saw this episode 11 from season 3 about an orb, and in there is Colonel Venture, who's Jonas Venture's father, and there's some discussion, and we find out that they're part of a group, and they make the comment that goes, "Yeah, well, what are we going to change the name of the group to? Something like what? Like the League of Calamitous Intent or something like that." Somebody says that like sideways. I'm like, "Whoa, is that where they got the name from?"
Yeah, the stuff ties together.
Yeah, it ties
insanely.
Together. But there's just some. Brock Samson has a Russian counterpart, a female who's very, very sexy. She's got, very low cut things. And her name, I know, Cam, this is probably going to.
It's channel struck.
It's going to hurt your delicate.
I'm going to turn off my headphones. Go ahead.
Okay. So her name. So this is the Brock Samson's Russian counterpart, right? And of course, she hates him and tries to kill him all the time, but she actually is in love with him because he's a real man's man, right? But her name is, she's Russian, right? Her name is Molotov Cocktease. I just can't. I'm just like, these guys are just, they just don't, nothing is sacred.
You couldn't make this show today.
Nothing is sacred, man. You could not make this show. It's just, it's that kind of, it's a perfect Gen X style, everything. There's all kinds of references to,
super deep Gen X era, or if you had older brothers and sisters kind of thing.
I like, there's an episode where 21 and 24 are I think it's, I get them mixed up. I think it's 20, the fat one is 21 or is it 24? Anyway, like you're in his closet and he's showing off his stuff, and he's got his Hulk hands and his Micronauts and stuff, and Hank's like, these are toys, and there's like, no, they're collectibles, and he's doing all the nerd stuff. My Hulk hands and Micronauts. This is a whatever. He's explaining.
Well, 21 and 24 are henchmen for the Monarch.
Yes.
And
they're the only ones who survive. The Monarch's constantly going through henchmen.
Right. And 21 is like a big nerd, fan of all nerd stuff, and 24 is just
24 is the skinny guy.
Yeah, right. And so these guys, and again, voiced by The creators of the show. So they, they're the R2D2 and C3PO of the show.
Yeah.
And they're, these guys are losers too, right? This whole thing about the entire set. It's like, how they have these, they say, oh, what world would you live in if you could live in like a fictional world? And it's like, Venture Brothers kind of would be one of my choices for that, because it's just so bizarre. It's like they have all these rules. It's like, there's these arch villains stuff, but it's like you can't kill somebody. They just can't go and murder them or whatever. There's like
you can't,
this whole
you
system of rules.
Them.
Right.
You can't murder them unless you have this form filled out in triplicate. And you extend it, and then the League, of course, of Calamitous Intent will never.
Guild of Calamitous Intent.
Is it the Guild? Oh,
the Guild.
Sorry.
And right, so they're like they manage,
led by who?
Well, it depends on. Well, let's not spoil it.
Led by David Bowie at the beginning that I remember.
Well, yeah, but it's again, it's just absurd. All the stuff that goes on, but it's I mean. And actually, the first episode, I tried, because some friends of mine were really into the show when it came out, and they're like, "Oh, you gotta watch this." And I tried, because on Adult Swim it just gets recycled again and again. And I tried to watch it like a couple times, and the first episode I just couldn't get through to the point where I enjoyed it. But then I watched like 3 episodes and I was hooked. So I don't know if everyone else would have that experience or not, but it took me a few episodes to really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it after the first episode. Was like, oh yeah, this is funny. So it's dysfunctional Johnny Quest, yes.
Oh my god,
because it's basically the Johnny Quest show, right? But the characters changed and stuff, and now there is references to Johnny Quest, because later on you find Johnny Quest. He's an old guy and he's strung out on heroin or something, and Dr. Venture invites him over to for various times. One time he's doing like a kid's day camp. And he invites these guys over, and Johnny Quest is up there, and he's supposed to be, come see Johnny Quest. And then he's, get his autograph and stuff. And he's ranting and raving. He's crazy, telling the kids stuff. You're like, oh, that's horrible. The Indian guy is doing a lot better than
Haji. Or no,
Haji, yeah, he's doing a lot better than Johnny, and there's a reference to someone's talking to him, and they're making a, oh yeah, have you seen Johnny? Oh yeah, he's still so there's all kinds of these references, but yeah, it is basically that Johnny Quest style with the changes. Now, like I said, I've only gotten into the 3rd season, Cam, but now what's with Dean and Hank? I'm watching the show, and they're supposed to be like 15 or 16. They're always like they appear to be that age, but they say weird stuff, and they're like, maybe it's ghosts. They believe in things that a normal kid that age wouldn't believe in, and you're like going, they're crazy. What's wrong with them? And then I find out that they don't go to school. They learn through their beds.
Right.
They're hypno taught in their beds every night. And I'm like, what does Dr. Venture teach them? They obviously haven't been out, and I think he's purposely teaching them something certainly they don't seem to know about. They think ghosts are real, and it's bizarre.
Well, they've all been on these adventures too, though, so they've seen all this stuff. But yeah, they are emotionally and intellectually stunted as well.
Somehow, yeah.
And Dr. Venture's right, and Dr. Venture's a horrible father, right? I mean, we see this right out. I mean, a horrible father. I mean, you want to spoil it? Come on, you want to? He literally takes one of their kidneys.
What's that?
He takes one of their kidneys. Or
he does?
I
haven't seen that yet.
This was in the first episode.
The first episode, really? What
wasn't it?
Oh
wasn't
no!
It?
You know what? I missed the very first episode. I didn't. The PVR didn't catch that, so I watched the second episode, and I didn't watch the first episode of season 2 until the PVR caught it later on, and then I went back and watched it. So
well, okay.
I haven't seen the very first episode. You're right.
What?
I haven't seen it.
Okay. If I remember,
I started on episode 2.
This is one where they're in Mexico, right?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get ready for
the first episode I saw is episode 2, which is Gargantua 1. They go to Gargantua 1. and there's the chick up there who we can't see her face. I guess she's really ugly.
Mm-hmm.
The Russian chick, and then the American astronaut. They've been on Gargantua 1 for 6 years by themselves or something.
Okay, so this is from 2003. Yeah, this is. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, so I'm thinking of there was a pilot, which was The Terrible Secret of Turtle Bay. The episode 1 is this is Spanish, Dia de los Dangerous, which is the one where they're in Tijuana, where Rusty is buying drug. Rusty's a drug addict as well. He's a pill popping drug addict.
Yeah.
So there's this whole thing where anyway, he needs a kid. He gets his kidneys taken. The classic, finds himself in a bathtub or whatever, with his kidneys gone. And so you can't understand it until you actually see it,
Yeah, the first I saw was Careers in Science, which is going to Gargantua 1.
Right. And so another interesting thing about the show is Ben Edlund, who of the Tick fame, right, is like friends with these guys, and he wrote at least some of the stories, and I think some interaction with these dudes. So if you're a fan of the Tick, you might also like this.
There's one of the episodes where they go to they basically see basically the Fantastic Four, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Except it's the Fantastic Four, what they would really be like if the things happen to them, like Johnny is of the Fantastic Four is kept in a
oxygen-free environment.
Oxygen-free environment, because whenever he goes out, he starts burning and he starts screaming in pain. So he's basically spends all his time in this a bed, like a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Sue Storm, she's invisible, but the only thing is invisible is her skin. So she has to concentrate all the time to keep herself from going invisible, because other than that, you see this awful, her musculature and everything. It looks really horrible. Pilot wasn't shown on TV, but on streaming and the DVD. I'm going to make sure I get that. So I haven't seen the pilot or the first episode, but I've seen most of them from there up to like midway through season 3. But I'm going to keep watching. Dr. Orpheus, he gets back with his old buddies later on, and they have the triad. They're like a superhero type thing. I love Dr. Orpheus always calls him Mr. Venture, yes, instead of Dr. Venture. Well, blah, blah. I mean, Venture never cares and never says anything, at least that I've seen so far. But it's just funny that they,
because spoiler, he's not actually a doctor.
Who, Dr. Venture isn't?
No.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why he calls.
I thought he just did that to diss him. He knows that he's not a.
Right. He didn't. He's a dropout.
He didn't finish his PhD.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a painful show in many ways to watch, because again, it's all about failure. So.
No, it's funny.
It might hit close to home for some
it's
people.
Hilarious.
I've seen it. I mean,
especially the Monarch stuff. Our viewers should watch it.
I'm saying it's painful. It's like, oh, it's like just one of these shows that's it's making good points.
Yeah, it's great. I recently saw the Dr. Quim Medicine Woman episode. It's just exactly what you thought. It's like Rusty's past lover type thing. There's all kinds of stuff going on there. He was the son of a great doctor and hero. Yeah, that's his. Yeah, Jonas Venture was. Yeah, it's how the first generation does very well, right, and becomes famous, rich, or whatever, and the second generation is the stewards, and they do a pretty good job keeping the boat going. But by the third generation, they're just useless. They can't keep carrying on with anything.
It gets the story involving Jonas gets unbelievable as well. It's like
I can imagine. And there's a bunch of channels that I've been coming up my feed. The timeline, whatever. I've avoided them because I don't want to get any spoilers. But there's a lot of stuff going on. I can just tell from those things. How about Dr. Girlfriend? What do you think about Dr. Girlfriend?
Well, ridiculous. She looks like she's modeled after Jackie Onassis, right? And
so
in her civilian gear, dresses like that as well.
So Dr. Girlfriend is like the monarch. Well, she's a super villain.
It's a girlfriend,
and it's his girlfriend, and she kind of goes to other. Well, she spends some time with Phantom Limb and everything, but she's very sexy. But her voice is like the most manly voice you've ever heard, like biker type of voice, eh? Like, is it Doc Hammer who voices her?
Yeah, I think so. It's basically like a New Yorker taxi cab driver kind of.
Yeah. It's pretty hilarious. And she's often involved with the monarch. And there's one time they're talking about it. I think Brock says, "Oh, it's kind of manly voice." He's like, "No," and monarch is like, "No, she's a little bit husky, but
she's a woman.
It's she's a woman and stuff." And he's like, "Okay, whatever, man." Like, her voice is not just husky. That's a man's voice.
Dr. Girlfriend's a great character.
Oh yeah, she's great.
And then, well, I don't want to spoil you, but she has a name change. She's had several names. She's had several names throughout her career.
Yeah, she's Dr. Girlfriend, and then she becomes Dr. Mrs. the Monarch.
Right.
When she marries him. She's with Phantom Limb for a bit, and it's just, it's awesome.
Yes. So, okay, we probably talked about this enough.
We talk about this enough. I'm getting the DVDs and I'm gonna watch it. I gotta make sure they have. I didn't know about this pilot. I gotta make sure they have the pilot in there. I guess I'll have to check and make sure. 7 seasons. I want the film. I want everything. There's a bunch of specials, Christmas special, and make sure they get all that. All right. Anyway, great show. I recommend it. I'm not all the way through it, but hey, yeah. Okay, now Primal. This one's another Gennady Tartakovsky, same guy who did Samurai Jack.
That's all you.
Excellent. Like a good example of the animation. Excellent show. So the show revolves around the two characters you see here. On the left here, the guy with the spear, which we call Spear, and then the dinosaur, which is referred to as Fang. Notice that she has one fang. Anyway, in the first episode or two, they both have a shared tragedy, and they come together, and they spend the next 2 seasons, first and second season, traveling around and meeting these various different characters and societies. And like, this is obviously a very like, he's obviously like drawn like a Neanderthal, but it's funny because as they go farther away from where they are, you start seeing other tribes and even civilizations which are obviously much more advanced than the Neanderthal era that he came to, and they experience them. They a little bit of occult magic type stuff too, all kinds of stuff like that. Now that's the first 2 seasons. Now at the third season, which just finished, is a bit different. I don't know. Should I spoil it? Weatherman's talking about Dr. Girlfriend was Queen Etheria before she hooked up with the monarch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should I spoil this a little bit, Cam?
Sure.
So at the end of season 2, Spear is killed, but he's not. But then he spends the season 3 as a kind of a zombie-like character, and trying to find himself and remember who he is and come back from that. Which I'm not sure about that choice they made to do that. I mean, Tartakovsky is a great, like the shows he does is excellent. So, I kind of got to go and say, hey, if he says it, if he's doing it, maybe I should just let him do it.
Shut up and enjoy.
Shut up, enjoy it. Right. So I find I think season 1 and 2 are excellent. Highly recommended everyone to watch it. Season 3 is kind of a step. It's still good, but it's kind of like him trying to find his way. But it's also, him dealing with he has a wife and a kid, sort of, and they're trying to bring him back. So it's kind of he's dead, but then he's kind of brought back a little bit. And that's where the season ends. So, I mean, that is still an interesting journey for him because he's learning something about himself. I'm not necessarily something that I would have done if I was running the show. But again, it's Tartakovsky. He's a great writer. And, what do I know?
Yeah, what do you know?
What do I know compared to him? This guy, everything he does is usually very good. So, and again, like I said, the first 2 seasons are excellent, top notch. The third season, I'm kind of like, it's good. I don't know if it's as high as the other 2 seasons. I'm curious what they're going to do after that too, because now things are kind of back at the state they kind of were before, sort of. And so, we'll see what he does from then. But I'm hoping that, like I said, still season 3 it's not like it's bad. It just seems like a step back and moving, back to get to where we were. So, we'll see. It might come out in the future when everything's together. We're like, oh, season 3 was awesome. It was really but it is definitely different, and they're doing different things. So, I give them for that. But again, still some great stuff. And the thing about the show is that there really is barely any talking in it. Like it's all, Spear mainly. Well, Fang can't talk, of course. All she can do is roar. And Spear is mostly grunts and yelling and getting angry. But there's so much, expression in the animation, their faces. You could tell what's going on and how they are reacting to their world and to each other, just from the animation. And the sound design is very good too. Excellent. Sometimes you got to put a wrinkle in the story to keep it interesting. Yeah, maybe that's what he's doing. And again, like I said, I don't want to question him. He's a great, the stuff he does is great. So, we'll see at the end if it works. But I mean, like I said, the season 3 was still good. Was it as do I rant and rave about it like season 1 and 2? Perhaps not, but there's good stuff in there too. I spent season 3 going, what is going on? What's going to happen? Why is they, where are they going with this? So I was kind of questioning what was happening. But yeah, excellent. Highly recommended to anybody. Primal. And it's like he purposely designed it so that he wouldn't have to do, the various language, translations. And even the more civilized societies, which actually have some language, like Spear is usually just sort of yelling, even the they don't translate them. We don't actually hear they'll say something in some sort of language, and we don't know what they're saying. And even then, the words, not much verbiage. So, yeah, he's keeping with that. You pretty much anyone can watch it. Doesn't matter if what your language is.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so that's interesting a way of doing it. But like I said, that means he's got to be more focused on the sound design and the the expressions of the characters and stuff. And they do an excellent job of it. Yeah, everyone should watch this show. It's great. If you like Samurai Jack, if you like Tartakovsky's any of his stuff, you're gonna like this. It's awesome. Highly recommend it.
Cool.
All right, that's about all the good stuff I can say about it. All right, let's go on next. Oh, The Simpsons.
Okay.
I almost grew up with this.
All right. I started watching The Simpsons when it was on the Tracy Ullman show. The first television show I ever recorded on the DVR I just got not DVR, VCR that I just got for Christmas, which was quite late. I think it was 1988. Or was it 89?
Yeah, I think 87 they were on the Ullman show.
Yeah. Anyway, I believe the first TV show I ever recorded was The Simpsons pilot, regular episode of The Simpsons. Which I think it was a Christmas episode where they got the dog. As I recall. Satan, sure. Santa's little helper.
That was one of the earlier ones. For sure.
Anyway, so yeah, and I recorded it religiously for about 10 years.
Really?
Yes, I think I got rid of all the tapes because the DVDs came out and I eventually replaced them. But it might have been more than 10 years that I recorded them. And
Hey, Mike, welcome.
I was a huge fan of the show because, again, it was hilarious at the beginning. At some point, I just started, this isn't funny. I mean, it just. I mean, what season are they on now? It's got to be
35, 37,
yeah,
some
like
god awfully high number.
Right. And I don't know when I stopped watching 20, if not earlier. Maybe 15?
I mean, I think the first 8 to 12 seasons are excellent. Somewhere in there, they seem to lost their way.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, Futurama came out in like 99, right?
Yeah, I think so, 98, 99.
Okay, so I watched all of Futurama as it was aired, which was 3 years. And at that point, I liked Futurama more. I was like, this is better. This is a better show.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I think Futurama, I still say Futurama is a better show.
I disagree. It's a better show up to the timeline where Simpsons starts, falling off with the writers, and I think that's around season 12. I think, but I'd have to.
Okay, well here's why.
But still, Futurama is a well-written show too. I always like the Simpsons better, but I think as things go on, it surpasses it in a certain.
I think Futurama is way better because Simpsons is the classic sitcom. There's no continuity by design, right? It just resets every time. And Futurama is not. Futurama actually develops, and it's just it was a deeper show. I mean, I'm not saying it's like some deep, but Futurama really had some very excellent episodes. I'd say this is good TV, not just a funny kind of thing.
Yeah, I think Futurama picked up later on, and some of those movies that are put together are quite good. The Beast with a Billion Backs, some of those. I think there's 4 of them. Anyway,
yeah, but so I'm more of a Futurama fan, but Simpsons was funny, and I won't say it wasn't. But it's I can't even say what happened. I've heard things. And it seems like
what's going on now?
Yeah, and it just
I mean, it's 38 seasons or some god awful number like that. Yeah. I mean, I think they're repeating themselves, right? Like,
I'm sure. I'm sure it's been going on for a long time.
And there was still 38 season 38 to present. I don't even know what. Yeah, they just sort of repeating themselves, and they're just not as biting as they were. I mean, there were just some great biting episodes. Troy McClure, Lionel Hutz. They just, some of those characters, Sideshow Bob. They just did such a great job with them. Weatherman says I lost interest in the 14th season. I'm not sure where I was either. Simpsons season 38 is coming up. Okay, so we're 37. Michael agrees Futurama is better. I'd say it's better now, definitely. I mean, Futurama is over, but by the end of its run, Futurama is better. And Simpsons have just, they lost that. Who shot Mr. Burns? I mean, there's some great episodes, some really biting satire in there. I still quote some of the stuff that they did. We used to watch it in college. It was so was it on Sunday night or Thursday night at the time? Anyway, like a Sunday night, I think it was. And we used to all go to the bar to watch it. And the chalkboard gag, right? So, we'd make sure to get there a little bit early, and there'd always be somebody who'd come in like late, just after the chalkboard gag would come up. Like, you'd be running up the stairs to the bar, and you could hear it on the TV or something. And the guy would come in, and he'd miss the chalkboard thing, and he'd sort of stand at the door and go, I missed it. And someone would turn around and say the chalkboard gag to him, right? Because we know that, the guy would, yeah. So, Futurama is the most resurrected show in history. Yeah, we got talk. Futurama's coming up. We're going to talk about it. Each season is 22 to 27 episodes of The Simpsons. Yeah, but it's definitely lost its way. But great show. You talk about like growing up. The Simpsons was my generation's TV show, and then after us, their generation was South Park, and I didn't get into South Park until a little bit after.
Is South Park going to be one of our things?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's next.
Okay.
South Park, yay!
Okay,
are you done with The Simpsons?
Yeah.
There's some great episodes. We could do a whole show just talking about some of the great episodes, but they would be from the first, 8 to 12 seasons for me. After that, I kind of lost. So I was like, this is boring. It's just not as biting anymore.
Okay.
South Park. I initially didn't get into South Park because I was like, what? This is stupid because I was Simpsons, right? But then, people who are 5 years younger than me were like, they were the South Park generation. Go ahead.
Can I start out with an anecdote?
You bet.
Okay. I saw South Park before it ever came on TV. A friend of mine received an anonymous tape in the mail that a video cassette that had the pilot episode of South Park on it.
Did they randomly mail these out to people?
I guess I don't. To this
I
day,
never heard about that.
To this day, I don't know where it came from, and he didn't know where it came from. And
you know what? We're gonna have to get Trey Parker, Matt Stone on and ask him about that.
It must have been, and I don't know if one of his friends sent it to him that I have no idea where it came from, but. If someone sends me a random videotape in the mail, I'm just getting rid of it, or I'm not putting it in my mail. I have no idea what's on that thing. I'm going to destroy it.
Could be someone being murdered. I mean,
right?
geez.
But my friend, he's like, "Hey, I got this thing. You got to see this." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So he's like, he tells me the story, and there it was. And I mean, this was. I don't remember if it was weeks or months before it came out, but it was the episode with the Christmas is really about presents. I mean, that was the end thing, which I think they aired. I think that was the episode they eventually aired as the pilot, or I don't remember that much, but that was a real thing that happened. So, and I mean, I guess we could look it up. We need a researcher. Hold on. You talk about it and I will look it up real quick.
Yeah. I mean, this became the, like The Simpsons was pretty biting at the, with a bit of a tongue in cheek, right? But this show kind of took over from them, and with the satire. I mean, Tom Cruise come out of the closet, the Cure, the giant fight between the two Godzilla type monsters, the kaiju. I mean, it's just Kennedy dying every episode. There's just so much that they just don't give a crap about anybody, and they are just nasty about picking on them. The Simpsons, like I said, is a little more like tongue in cheek. They're a little gentler with it, but these guys, no, they definitely aren't.
I have the story here.
Okay.
It says the bootleg VHS craze, 1995-1996, the video Christmas card. In 1995, Fox executive paid Trey Parker and Matt Stone $2,000 to create an animated short film he could mail to friends as a video Christmas card. The result was Spirit of Christmas, specifically Jesus versus Santa. Okay, that's what I saw. And then let me see. I'm just reading here. It says it was sent. So I don't know. This must have made the rounds. Let's see, early internet links. No, this was before internet stuff. I mean, not before the internet, I guess, but before you could watch videos on the internet easily. Anyway, so
the internet wasn't big until 94.
Yeah. Well, this was 95, 96, it says, but I mean, back in those days, it's not like there was YouTube or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a real thing. I tangentially experience, one step removed. And again, I don't think my friend ever found out where it came from. But this was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they just take the crap. I mean, Saddam Hussein, Jesus pulling out the
Yeah.
Mr. Garrison. I mean, they just
Oh
don't.
my God.
Quick shoot! It's coming right at us. I think one of the one of the best episodes is the one where all the Will Smith and all the other and Oprah and all the other rich black people invade South Park. Is in a sense they start buying up, putting stuff that there, like the whole racial aspect of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean they just don't care.
Yeah, they got away with a lot.
Yeah, I mean who's gonna forget Timmy?
Yeah, my God.
Like, I mean, some of it was over like Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh. That's a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, do we really need to see that? But I mean, they just don't stop.
I mean,
Chef.
Yeah, Chef. I watched. I don't know how much I watched. I didn't watch a ton of it. I probably watched 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And then I got kind of and I hear stuff about it that comes up. Did
I watched
my friend die of no, as far as I know, he's still alive. But it could have been one of those things like the Ring,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No holds barred parody. Yeah, they're just yeah. Did your friend suddenly die in a gruesome but dumb manner? Camp?
No.
Followed by the words "They killed Kenny."
No,
that never happened. I didn't watch a lot of South Park, but then I was deployed somewhere, and we had tons of videos about different stuff, and they had a whole bunch of like I was like, oh, what am I gonna watch? Nothing. Well, let me just start watching some of these South Parks. So I started watching some of the South Parks, and it was just like, wow. I kind of became a fan after that. I'm like, they just pull no punches. My goodness. Yeah, and there's some biting now. I've heard the most recent, they were, back and they were being a little more cutting, and they were actually doing, they had set the show up so they could do an episode in 6 days. So they would,
that's the thing. They were so fast with their stuff.
Well, that's recent. That's more recently in the last couple of years they started doing that.
I think more like 15 years.
Really? Yeah. They started to do it so that they would be like, whatever's happening, they just boom, boom, boom. And they were hitting pretty hard. I died with the stick of truth. Is that the video game? You mean the video game, Weatherman? Because there's two South Park video games. Never played them. I'm not sure if there's an episode with the stick of truth, but I think stick of truth is one of the video games. But yeah. So they were a little more biting. I'm not sure if they're so much. Yeah, Mom, Tom Cruise won't come out the closet. There's a look over the country. The right hand side. There's that skinny Ethiopian kid.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw the movie, right?
Yes.
Bigger, longer, and uncut.
Yeah.
They had a different. A different name for the movie at first, and then that name, like the censors were like, no, that name's not. So they go, all right, well, let's do bigger, longer, and uncut, and which was worse than the original name, if you know what they're referring to.
Yeah.
But then they got to buy them. They're like, oh well, because it's like a cartoon, but it's longer. It's a movie, right? And it's it's less censored, so it's bigger, longer, and uncut. Yeah. They got away with that. They just do not care.
They were pretty.
It's good.
They
no
were
one
very brazen for even by today's by then the standards. Then it was brazen. By today's standards, it's heresy.
Yeah. 28 seasons. Are they still going?
I think so.
28 seasons, it says. Only 5 episodes in season 28. I'm not sure if that October 15th, this is Wikipedia. Maybe it's wrong. But anyway, yes. Okay, so South Park. It just, some of the stuff, the Scientology episode was especially brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Man. All right. Shall we move on?
Sure.
All right. So next we have Futurama. All right. So go ahead. All this Futurama stuff here. Okay, Futurama has been resurrected 4 times now. Yeah, and rightly so. Like it was a shame that it first got canceled. And I'm like, hey, and they worked hard to bring it back. And I think I've only seen up to season 7, maybe. I don't know if I've seen the new Hulu season.
I haven't seen all of them, the later ones.
Yeah. So the first 4 seasons were Fox, and then season 5 to 8 is Comedy Central, and then 5 to 7, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, 10 is Hulu. But they're more recent. But I thought anyway. Yeah, there's some good stuff there. I thought they didn't start out as strong as the Simpsons, but they kind of got there a little bit. They started, the characters grew a little bit, like you said. They developed. I mean, who could forget? In the mail, it's a fishing license and it's mandatory. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they go. I still remember that one. They go fishing they go down to the deep with the ship. How many? We're going, deep. We're going to go to like 10 atmospheres. How much pressure can this ship withstand? And the professor goes, well, it's a spaceship, so between 0 and 1 atmosphere.
Yeah,
they're going down deeper and deeper, somewhere between 0 and 1, I think, because it's a spaceship.
Okay. Other than the fact that it was a continuing story, which allowed them to build up more humorous things, the robot humor, like him dropping a brick out of his chassis. It cracks me up. Just all the robot humor. The robot.
Of course.
Not just Bender.
Meat bags.
Right. Yeah. The robot versus human thing in general. It's like, him dreaming and talking about killing all humans and all this stuff. But
kill all humans.
All of the other supporting cast of robots also hilarious. Roberto with the stab, practicing his stabbing.
Yeah.
And Hedonism
Robot
and
Satan.
Robot Satan is hilarious. I mean, there's just a ton of running gags, which is what they can't maintain on The Simpsons as well, right?
Well, they can do some, but not. I don't know. They maybe not as much. I mean,
they're simple dead end gags. Like Bart calling Moe, with a dumb name.
Yeah, Ralph Wiggum. There's a bunch of
right. I mean, yeah.
I don't know. Those are kind of running gags, but
no, I mean, it is kind of, but it's like more like a one note characterization gag. But Futurama had a ton of stuff like that, and again, Professor Farnsworth. I love all the characters. It's like every bit of it just cracked me up.
I think what Michael's saying here, you're talking. I believe, Michael, you're talking about. You're a little bit behind. The stream's a little like 20 seconds behind. You're talking about South Park jumped the sharp of veering away from mocking everyone and concentrating on the right. They forgot who the audience is. Yeah, I think you're talking about South Park, and that's my understanding. Is the latest episodes they're going all in on the president. It's all anti-Trump this and everything, and that's a big mistake. You gotta pick on everybody. There's lots of things you can pick on about Trump, and you should. But
right.
Pick on everything.
Fair target, right? Yeah,
fair target.
Well,
and it's fun.
I think what people I didn't see it, so I don't know. But
me neither.
People have accused that it's like they didn't go hard at Biden nearly as much. It's like, well, why not? But I don't know.
Got to go hard against everybody.
Yeah, right. And the second you don't, when that's your reputation, then people are rightfully going to go, well,
Dr. Zoidberg always sounded like a particularly annoying politician, which made me laugh constantly. He's pretty funny.
Zoidberg. Oh my God.
Zoidberg. Or the loser lobster.
Do you remember the one where they went to his planet or whatever, and he was filled with his male jelly?
Yeah. And he's the only one who didn't. They all died. And he doesn't die because no one would date with him.
Oh my God.
Poor guy.
Well, and the Star Trek references they have in this show kills me.
He's never fighting with it. Yeah, right. He's fighting with the sticks that Spock used there from the
right.
Yeah.
And Well, Zap Brannigan also.
Zap Brannigan.
Alone.
That's some of my favorite stuff. Dirty neutrals.
Yes, exactly the scourge of neutrality.
Dirty neutrals.
That's
the
a
robot
great
mother monster. Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, it's the list goes on and on of things that crack me up on that show. I loved it. I loved it.
All right, Weatherman's keeping me honest here.
Oh,
The original name of the South Park movie was South Park. All Hell Breaks Loose. The censors threw a fit about hell being in a cartoon movie, so South Park renamed it Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Yes, and of course, that's even dirtier because that refers to
like a lot.
We all know what it refers to. Yeah, it's like worse.
Way worse.
Stupid censors. Sorry. Yeah, we'll go back to Futurama. Yeah, there's some great, there's some great stuff. Like Death by Snooze Snooze.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's pretty. The Amazons. And Kiff.
Kiff is hilarious.
Zap Brannigan though is he's like that's the stuff with the neutrals. Even the heads, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's where I get some of the I make reference to Nixon sometimes, right? And that's part of what I get is from when Nixon's back, baby.
Right.
And ready and rested. That's not from Futurama, but
Leonard Nimoy was one of the heads. Again, it was a great bit.
Yeah, it was a great bit. Like you're like, hey, everybody who's 1,000 years in the future, everyone who's alive, if we want to put them on the show, we'll just make them a frozen head. Just say their head's frozen. Boom, they can talk now.
Yeah,
and then poor. I guess maybe Nimoy didn't know, but the poor, they're feeding them and they're just like trying to grab like fish and goldfish and things. How demeaning! It's time to feed the heads. Oh, poor heads.
Yeah, it was really something.
Yeah, it's like I said. I watched it originally when it came out, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't as good as The Simpsons," and I stand by that. But I do believe it got better, and then The Simpsons fell off, and Futurama just kept getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good. I mean, there's some of the stuff. Fry being still stupid all the time, but he improves.
But for me, Homer being stupid became too much. It was he just became like a moron as opposed to a clueless kind of screw up.
Yeah, and there is a bit of a there's a bit of a trope in Western situation comedies throughout the last 30, 50 years. It's the clueless dad. Every dad almost is the Homer Simpson reference. They're all stupid, right? Like, can you think of a dad that is like very few? You can think of some, but very few are not these bumbling oafs. Starting from the 60s, even there's a few exceptions like the Cosby Show. He's not a bumbling, but he still doesn't get his kids sometimes and whatever, right? But he's not like the bumbling oaf that the Homer Simpson is. But when the Simpsons came out, that became a theme, right? Every father is now a bumbling oaf.
Yeah,
and you're just like, okay, like we're not all stupid.
Yeah, that's a bigger problem.
Yeah, that's more to do with our society. That was a good one. Bender growing excited in his body. That was a great episode. They're blasting each other, nuking each other.
Yeah, there's just so many. That's
the whole Gulliver's Travels type of sort of, not quite, but there's some great. It'd be worth to watch the show over. This is another good show that would be good to have the series of.
Yes, and Michael was talking about the show being reborn and everything. I remember after the show, they put out a video game. It was like an Xbox video game, and they described it as like this is like you play through it. It's like an episode essentially, and it kind of was. And that floated me a little bit until they, until they had.
I thought it was. I thought 5 or 6. I thought it was 3 times or 4 times, but I'm not sure.
It was a lot.
It was a lot, and it was it's funny. It was like, it keeps coming back. I mean, it's just why are they canceling it? But, it's good.
Yeah, weird. All right.
Fry saves the Earth because he's dumb, and the girl's pet was a super intelligent alien.
Well, Fry Fry is his own grandfather.
Yeah. You mean what's that little what's that little monster's name?
Nibbler.
Nibbler. Yes.
Nibbler
It poops out stuff that they can use to
rocket fuel. It's
rocket fuel. It's just like
every pound weighs 10,000 pounds.
Yeah. It's just Bender can barely pick it up.
Right.
Yeah. It's just
the heavy gravity planet they go to, or zaps a girdle. His girdle fails.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in there.
Oh my god!
It started at the beginning, the suicide booth.
Yeah,
Brad's trying to make a phone call.
Oops, that's a little too close to home now.
Yeah, it's a little too close to home now. It was idea. 1999, he comes out, and they're going to 3,000 and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Great stuff.
Yes.
Okay, what do we got next? I think we're going into this
Archer.
one.
Yeah.
Archer. What do you think of Archer?
I watched it at the beginning, and I think is this still going on?
No, it's over now, but it did 14 seasons.
I think when they started going off into the weird tangents, like when they became the drug dealers in Miami.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was where I got off.
I've seen most of them. I don't think I've seen the last season. I actually, they kind of pushed those together. It was kind of interesting because it's basically it's a different theme, right? Like film noir. They go into sort of these different, and then also they go back, and in one of them, Archer is in a coma, right?
Mm-hmm.
For a couple seasons, 3-4 seasons. So all these things are actually going on in his mind, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw that because maybe
I do remember when he was in a coma, but I don't remember that much about it otherwise.
Yeah, so they just do it's kind of an interesting idea. It's kind of and again, of course, Archer is voiced by who's it? What's the guy's name? Damn it!
Oh yeah, he
does everything.
Yes.
Bob's Burgers.
Right. Well,
H. John Benjamin.
Yeah.
He does
funny guy. I mean, hilarious voice. He cracks me up.
Yeah. There's some great.
What a douchebag, though.
Oh, as a person, you mean?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know that. He's also in home movies, which we may get to talk about.
Right.
There's some great voice. I mean, Chris Parnell. He's always the whining. He's also Rick and Morty. He plays Jerry too, but he got a great voice for it. Krieger is good voice.
Oh man.
And of course Jessica Walter, who has passed away.
Mm-hmm.
She was
Archer's
great
as perfect
voice for Mallory Archer.
Right.
Awesome. Some great voice actors. Archer. Oh, Michael doesn't like it. I still like Archer. There's some pretty funny stuff. His character. I still enjoy that. And even I can appreciate the stuff that they do with with going to these different sort of time frames. The drug lords. I think it was World War II. There was a World War II one season. I appreciate they go back in there. What about the character of what's his name? He looks like the $6 Million Man. He's the robot guy. He's always coming back to try to kill Archer and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, the character I like Archer's valet or valet.
Oh, the old man.
Yeah. He just abuses the hell out of him all the time.
Yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of, yeah. I'm just, as we're talking, I'm just scrolling through them. I'm trying to do the list of the various different styles of that they did. I saw it earlier, but I can't find it now. But yeah, they had, like you said, the drug dealing one. They were drug dealers for an episode, for a season, and then various different types. I thought the whole idea of this sort of useless New York intelligence agency that was just sort of freelance, as if anybody would allow that, like any government would allow that to happen. Early seasons were anachronistic Cold War-esque universe. Middle seasons, it doesn't have it listed on here. Yeah, the main story climax when Sterling falls into coma. Seasons 8 to 10, Archer's reimagined in 3 self-contained universes, exploring his psyche. Where's the list of those? I wanted to list them, but I can't find them. All right. Anyway, I enjoyed the show, though I did fall off in the last seasons or two. Does the show end with a snow globe held by an autistic kid? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch our coverage of the Venture Brothers and Samurai Jack. Yeah. Well, Cam and I are big. I'm a new fan to Venture Brothers, and Cam has seen them all. So it's kind of that whole segment of the show is us laughing about various things that happen in the show.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. We're getting near the end here, Cam. Should we press on?
Yeah, press on.
What do you think about Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
I've watched a lot of it. I don't know if this has ended either. They brought it back at some point. I watched it pretty heavily for a while, and again, just ridiculous. But a lot of memorable lines, a lot of things that found its way into my friend groups, quips and such.
And the guy who voices Master Shake, is also in
Venture Brothers.
And he's one of the guys. I'm like, hey, is that Master Shake? I heard his voice. I'm like, it's got to be him.
Yeah.
I mean, this was like a little guilty pleasure. Not serious or anything, but it's very, it's very tongue in cheek. I've watched a couple of the movies. One of the movies, there's it's like like I said, a bit of a guilty pleasure. It's just sort of like stupid and funny. But worth watching for just a little bit of right out of there, off the wallness.
Sure.
You couldn't. Michael says people raved about it, couldn't get into it. Like I said, it's very it's very right out of there, right? Like all kinds of stupid things happen, and it's just crazy. Of course, Frylock is the smart one. Meatwad is stupid, and Master Shake is he's not stupid, but he's like the Machiavellian character. He's always trying to, narcissistic.
Well, this is another show that kind of like H. John Benjamin. The guy, I forget his name. I'm sorry. Does Master Shake? His delivery of the lines is part of why it's funny, right? He has this very aggressive. He's like, I heard it already.
Dana Snyder.
Okay, yeah, hilarious.
Yeah. He's got a great voice. Like it's just like that voice is so
right. And him and Meatwad going at it all the time, attacking each other aggressively or passive aggressively, and then Carl, of course, their neighbor Carl, who is this, Jersey bum kind of guy. But I mean, again, it's just it's so gross. The show is very gross most of the time.
Yeah, out there and just
it's
there's a burger, fries, and a shake living in this house.
It's very surreal.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's
all normal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How about the aliens?
Ignat and
aliens that come down.
They're hilarious.
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
The Moonanites.
Is that Moonanites?
Yeah, friggin' hilarious. Yep.
So overall, like it's there. These episodes are only like 15 minutes long or 12 minutes or whatever. They're very short. They're more like shorts, but they're a good guilty pleasure. You don't need to watch them in necessarily in order. Just pick them up. 2000 December 2000 started, and then 2007 over. But yeah, you can watch that.
Indeed. Okay.
Oh, there's a bunch of shorts on YouTube. Apparently, came out in 2022. 10 shorts.
They've been new ones.
2022 April came out on YouTube.
I have been catching some on. They're on some YouTube channel replaying constantly.
Yeah.
But it's like the same couple episodes. So.
Yeah. So this shorts, it says 10 shorts. April 18th to April 28th they came out on YouTube. They're also alternate title Aqua Dunk Side Pieces. So yeah, maybe check those out. Because the show ended in no, that's the film. The show ended in 2023. It was season 12. So 2000 to 2023. Big, season 11, 9 episodes. 2015, and then you've got 5 more episodes for season 12 in 2023. So that's kind of looks like they took an 8-year break. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, let's keep going. Getting near the end of the show. Now, these last ones, I'm not as big a fan with. I can understand they're pretty big names. Family Guy. What were your thoughts about? It's okay.
Yeah, I don't.
My thing.
Yeah, it's in my opinion, low effort, low brow. There's some things. I mean, there's some things that were funny, but it's kind of the same thing again and again, and it's like, I don't care about it really.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way. It was never one of my favorites. It's quite popular, and there is some bits, but Peter's basically Homer Simpson, right? It's basically the Simpsons, sort of.
Yeah, but
with differences, of course, but
worse, I'd say, across the board.
Yeah, worse across the board for sure. But there's some good.
Stewie's kind of has been funny at times,
Yeah, and what's his name is getting his he's getting his stuff. What's his name? The creator of the show, Seth. Who does the show?
What the hell is his name? Oh, man, my memory going.
Yeah. Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
And I like the Orville's pretty good. And this is the kind of thing that this show really catapulted MacFarlane into the stratosphere. He can do whatever because of that. But wasn't my favorite either. Right? What else? American Dad. You must have loved this. It's a big American.
Yeah, more of the same. It's just extension and worse. Generally, I think.
Yeah, that's a good point, Michael. Yeah, American Dad, same thing, and not as good as not even as good as Family Guy.
Right.
Different in some ways. But yeah, I never, I've watched a fair amount of it, but it never really, jumped as me as though Patrick Stewart as the head of the CIA or whatever, the director or whatever, is kind of funny. And lastly, Bob's Burgers. I think it's the second last one. But
okay, well, this is another H. John Benjamin show, right?
Yeah, he's Bob.
Bob, right? I watched it for a while. I'm trying to remember how long, and I liked it. Okay, some of the characters are pretty absurd, of course. I don't remember why I stopped watching it. That's the thing, I guess, is I don't remember there being a reason.
Yeah, I think it's just not. There's nothing that new about it. A little different. This is a little. I think this is actually a little bit lower brow than Family Guy, maybe. The kids are
really?
Smart jokes sometimes, and
I don't know. Family Guy is pretty. I mean, that's
maybe so not as low brow as Family Guy, maybe.
No, I don't think so. I think Family Guy is really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
It's really, really lowbrow. This is not as lowbrow.
Yeah.
I think Michael is referring to when he says, I like this better. I think you're saying American Dad versus Family Guy. We're going pretty quick. American Dad and Family Guy started out good, ran out of stuff after season 4 or 5. Yeah, they're not as good. They're not as high quality. And same with Bob's Burgers. I find it, it's more focused on the family and stuff, but it's kind of, a little bit like there was I was flipping the channels, and the last episode I saw yesterday, and the wife was out walking, and she really had to go to the bathroom, so she defecates in a bush and gets arrested.
Oh, God.
For defecation, public defecation, and goes to jail. And of course, he's got to get the money to bail her out, and he doesn't want to tell she says, "I don't tell the kids." And it's, I don't know, Sunday night late. There's no banks open, so he's going around begging for money. What do you need the money for? Can't tell you. To get your mother out of jail. What's he in jail for? Can't tell you. So I mean, it's just kind of all right. Yeah, American Dad. Michael confirms. Yeah, all right. Okay. And the last, real quick, the last show I'm going to mention. I mentioned this one because this has recently been on TV. I bought the DVDs for this years ago, and I think it's only 3 seasons. What do you think of this one?
I thought it was pretty funny. I watched it on Adult Swim, I guess, way back. And Brendan, the main character, is an aspiring filmmaker, who's making these movies with his buddies there. And I don't know, some of it's pretty funny. There's one episode that stands out where he got in trouble for something at school or whatever, or no, he was in court or something, and the judge is like, "Oh, you got to do this or that or whatever," and then he gives a speech at the end. He's like, he's like, "Fine, I'll do this and blah 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 blah, but I want to make it absolutely clear that I have learned absolutely nothing from that." I was stuck with me as pretty hilarious.
Like this show was 1999, and I can't remember why I hooked onto it, but I eventually got the DVDs for the season. I think I only got 3. It says it's 4 seasons, but I thought I only got 3 seasons, but maybe I got all 4. And it was just, there's something about it that was pretty funny. And of course, H. John Benjamin is the coach on that as well. It's very poorly animated, like it's drawn by a bunch of idiots. I mean, I saw the coach's car the other day, and he's like, the car is drawn like it looks like it's been smashed. But part of the thing is the coach drives a crappy car. Like, I mean, it was a good car, right? Like a Trans Am or something, but it's like, it's fallen into, no tick. Yeah, we said
the coach McGurk.
McGurk. Yeah, we said no superheroes. We were going to keep away from, because we didn't want to spend all our time talking about, DC animated stuff. So we said no superheroes. So no tick. No tick. But hey, what did we miss? Don't be afraid to, in the comments, tell us what we missed, what we forgot. Another good stuff. I would recommend, like I said, it's poorly drawn, but there's some funny stuff in home movies, and it's been so long since I can't remember why I really liked it. Why did I buy the videos for it? Like, I'm not a big guy to go buy videos about stuff, but there was something about it that was just, I should watch it again. It was just really, really funny, the characters and what they were doing.
So this is okay. Did you ever see Metalocalypse?
I've heard of it. I've seen, an episode here or there, but I never really sat down and watched it.
Okay, I think this is the same creator.
Is it?
Yeah, that did Metalocalypse in this, which is kind of very different style show, of course. But that's anyway. So it's a. I don't even know how to describe
Brendan
this
Small
show.
Was the guy who made who made it. Home movies. Yeah, Metalocalypse. You're right. He did that as well. Of course, his name is Brendan Small, and the character's name is Brendan Small.
Yes,
of course.
Right.
8-year-old. It is with his divorced mother, and his baby sister. And he has a skewed father-son relationship with his alcoholic, short-tempered soccer coach. Coach McGurk.
Yeah, McGurk is probably my favorite character.
Yeah, he's good. And I say what you want about H. John Benjamin. I like his voice.
It's hilarious. He's
perfect.
Again, he just his delivery on things. I remember one time that like there's another teacher who's kind of like a little bit of a light in the loafers kind of guy, and they're going to Mexico. Or he's like, "Are you going to Mexico?" And McGurk's like, "I don't know what Mexico is. I'm going to Mexico." His delivery is just this deadpan kind of it's hilarious. Everything he says is funny just by the way he says it. JT, Harvey Birdman. Yeah, I used to watch that too.
Yeah. Well, Michael, we kind of were focusing more on like adult oriented stuff as opposed to like the Thunder the Barbarian or Gummy Bears, those kind of stuff. Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. I was watching those on Adult Swim a couple years back. They're pretty funny. They're pretty funny. I won't mention Gargoyles since it's Child Supers. I haven't seen Gargoyles.
That was I know people love that show. I never saw it though.
And I did watch the Brack Show. The Brack Show and Harvey Birdman are kind of in the same category, sort of.
Well, it's out of the Space Ghost brand of things.
And in Weatherman's mentioning Coast to Coast. Yeah, Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I was like, oh, that's probably one. Should I put that one in there?
Okay, there's another.
I haven't seen most of those. Of course, I know of it, but yeah.
Also, C Lab 2021.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that one.
Okay, so I won a costume contest dressing up as Sparks from C Lab. The gag on the show was that he was always in his chair, because this was all like recycled from like a real show, right? C Lab 2020, and made crude and ridiculous. And Sparks was always sitting in his chair. So for my costume, I literally was like in a chair, like a desk chair,
Yeah.
Or like a stenographer's chair, like a light desk chair. That, and I remained in it for the whole event. So I won.
Awesome. Yeah, Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. That's very similar to the opening sequence and stuff. Has got that same sort of style as the Venture Brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of like
well, the Bird Girl on Harvey Birdman was hilarious. You remember? Did you ever see that?
Yeah, that's in the later episode she comes on. What specifically about her is
again the presentation of it, and she's always like super gung ho about stuff and everything.
What about Harvey's sidekick?
The
boy.
Oh yeah. I thought you were going to mention the get the thing I sent you. Okay. Did you get that thing I sent you? Remember what the heck was that guy? I forget, but he's like, "Yeah, get that thing I sent you."
Well, he'd have the actual eagle, of course. Yeah. But there was his sidekick.
The kid. Yeah. I don't remember that much about him.
He's just a little bit weird and a little off all the time. It's Stephen Colbert, of course, who's a jerk, but
the boss. Yeah,
Phil Ken Seven. That was a pretty, it's pretty good, character. Yeah, Paget Brewster is Judy Ken Seven.
Yeah.
Bird Girl. It's
she was
Peanut. Thomas Michael Allen is Peanut. That's what they call him, Peanut.
Oh yeah.
Birdman is kind of a superhero, but he's not. Yeah, it's like this whole idea that they're like all these ex superheroes are like, oh, I got to get a real job now, and so he becomes an attorney. And he's the most junior attorney at the thing, and they're always, crapping on him. Squidbillies. I remember seeing some of that show. I never got into it. Cam, did you ever get into Squidbillies?
No, I never watched
a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's this. They're like Tennessee. Mountain type hillbillies, but they're squids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a little bit. Oh yeah, the Exterminator was pretty funny on Harvey Birdman, or Mentok, the Mind Taker. He's a judge. Like, where do they get these judges from? Jeez, this guy's a judge. Yeah, some crazy stuff. All right.
Indeed.
Those are all the ones that I had, Cam. Like I said, if we missed any, I mean, we missed lots. There's tons. But put your favorites in the comments. We'll get get a conversation going, or mention it on Discord. When are the next Space Kings episode dropping? Who knows? They don't tell us. They keep it secret. It just comes out, and then you're like, oh, hey, now we've got to interrupt whatever the show was and do something about Space King.
Yes.
So that's what'll happen when it drops. Cam, do you got any?
I'm sure there's more that we missed.
For sure. Like there's tons. Like I when I started this, I pulled up the adult. I mean, I just pulled up the Adult Swim. These are all from Adult Swim, basically. The Adult Swim list of various cartoons they had on. There's like a million of them. I mean, and you guys have mentioned most of them here. Those were all on Adult Swim. The Brack Show, Home Movies, C Lab, 2021. There's tons of them. Squidbillies, the Boondocks, Moral Oil, Metalocalypse. There's tons and tons of them. There's just too many to see. All right. Good night, Weatherman. See you. We're just about to end off the show.
Yeah,
we're going to end off with a little bit.
Thanks for hanging in there.
With a little bit of fun. I got a special furry heresy. I got a special little joke segment for Cam. I was going to give you a surprise, but you might enjoy it, Cam, this time. All right. So, anything you got going on? You want to?
Diablo 4 season going crazy.
You getting into that? I will mention this. This Wednesday, the season finale, season 3, Zahadum. That's what we're doing. Join us. Should be good. Dean will be there. Yeah, we'll all be there talking about the final episode. Which have I watched it yet? Did I watch it? No,
I have.
I think I watched it.
Yeah?
Yes. I'm a little disappointed because it's a cliffhanger. But, you got to expect a cliffhanger at the end of the season, right? Luckily, we only have to wait like 2 weeks before we watch the next one. Yeah, I watched it the other day. Watched it early. Thanks, Weatherman, on your way out. Thanks. Another membership. Appreciate that. Frisky Dingo. Yeah, that's one on the list, too. I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Frisky Dingo.
I never watched that one.
Okay.
We have to focus and pick one, I guess, and go for that. All right. All right. Okay. That's it. Cam, you got anything else? No?
No.
No? Okay. Well, then let's do okay. So we're not going to do jokes today. We're going to do a little bit of a I don't know. Is it a quiz? Kind of. I'm going to read you a Simpsons quote. We're going to go back. I'm going to read you a Simpsons quote. You got to tell me who the quote is from. It's not that hard. But,
okay.
All right. How about this one here? As for your case, don't worry. I've argued in front of every judge in the state, often as a lawyer. Who said that?
Okay, I'm forgetting who's who. Is it Troy McClure?
No, Troy McClure is that.
Troy McClure's the actor, right?
He's the actor, yeah. It's Lionel Hutz.
Lionel Hutz, that's right. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I knew it wasn't Troy McClure because
the same guy voiced him.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a little easier here. This one. Me fail English? That's impossible.
Is that Ralph Wiggum?
Yes, of course. Ralph Wiggum. Now this one's a little harder. I was saying Boo Earns.
Say it one more time.
I was saying Boo Earns.
Oh, was it? Are they saying Boo or Boo Earns?
Okay, that's the context. Are they saying Boo or Boo Earns?
What the heck was his name?
And then Smithers says they were saying Boo Earns, Boo Earns, and then everybody, the crowd yells, "No, we were saying Boo," and they start booing. And then I was
gonna say Smithers, but so obviously that's wrong.
It's not Smithers because
okay, who was it?
It's Hans Molman. Right? So it goes in, and the crowd's all like, "Boo," and then of course it goes to Henry. I was saying Boo Earns.
There you go.
Okay, I used to be with it. but then they changed what it was. Now I'm
This is Grandpa Abe
what
Simpson.
I'm with isn't it, and what it is seems weird and scary to me. It'll happen to you.
I was thinking about this recently.
I was
for some reason, so probably because it's true. So yeah, that's Grandpa Abe Simpson.
That's correct. Yes. Weaseling out of things is important to learn. It's what separates us from the animals, except the weasels.
I'm going to say Homer.
It was Homer. Yeah. Correct. And I, for one, welcome our new insect overlords.
Who said that?
Oh, come on. This is easy.
I don't remember.
It was on a news program.
Oh, is it what the heck's his name? You know, the
Kenny Brockelstein. Yeah, Kent Brockman.
Kent Brockman, yeah.
Kent Brockman. That's
Kent Brockman.
You don't win friends with salad.
I don't know.
Bart, Homer, and Marge. That's the episode where Lisa, they have a barbecue to make friends, and Lisa goes, brings the, we should have a nice salad. We don't need to eat meat. And of course, the three of them.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom says I'm cool.
Oh, Millhouse.
Millhouse. To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
That's Homer.
Homer. Kids, you tried your best and failed miserably. The lesson is never try.
Homer.
Come on, Marge, we're a team. It's you to us, not you to you.
Well, obviously.
That's Homer, yeah. Okay, you referred to this one earlier. I'd rather let 1,000 guilty men go free than chase after them.
I don't know who said that, though.
Come on.
I don't know.
Chief Wiggum.
Wiggum, yeah. Okay, do you have anybody Ooter?
No, I don't.
Well,
no one who speaks German can be an evil man.
I don't remember who said it, but
anonymous juror at the Sideshow Bob's trial.
Okay.
Speaks it. It's Mm-hmm. Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
I don't know who.
You know who that is. The famous Kodos versus Kang.
Yeah, but I don't know who said.
Homer says that.
Okay.
Right? They're all getting at the very end where they're all like building a space laser or something. And he goes, and they go like, "Oh," he's like, "Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos." Two more. Marge, it takes two to lie. One to lie and one to listen.
Homer.
All right. The last one. This is a bit of a long one. Hammocks. My goodness, what an idea. Why didn't I think of it? Hammocks. Homer, there's 4 places. There's the Hammock Hut. That's on 3rd. There's Hammocks R Us. That's on 3rd too. You got put your butt there. That's on 3rd. Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Matter of fact, they're all on the same complex. It's the Hammock Complex on 3rd.
I'm gonna guess Marge.
One of the best episodes. No.
Don't know.
That's Hank Scorpio.
Okay.
When Homer builds him he's the Bond villainous guy.
Right.
Scorpio. He's another great episode.
Yeah, Hank Scorpio was great.
Yeah, it's awesome. And Homer helps him out and he gives him he says, my dream was always to own the Dallas Cowboys. I bet people laughed at you when you had that dream, right, Homer? Yeah, they did. And so he gets a present. Thanks for helping us. It's not the Dallas Cowboys, but I hope it helps. Oh, the Denver Broncos. Damn. That was when the Broncos were losers in the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Some great episodes from The Simpsons. All right.
Yeah, it was good in its day.
All right. That's all we have for jokes. I hope that was better than jokes. That was good, right, Cam? You enjoyed that.
Yes, way better than jokes.
Yeah, way better than jokes.
Kidding me?
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching the show. We appreciate you sticking out to the end with us. And, are we going to do, we should talk next week. Are we going to do, what's it called? Movie night, Cam?
Are we?
I think we should. Yeah, why not? Does that sound good? Are you up for movie night next week?
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
We could do that. So, okay, well, we shouldn't confirm. I don't want to confirm the movie yet because we're going to make sure. But you said you wanted to do Capricorn 1. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was when we talked about.
Okay, then tentatively we're going to do Capricorn 1. We got to make sure that it's available.
Yeah,
we want to make sure everybody can watch it. But we'll look at doing a movie. There's other movies. If we can't get that one, do a different one. There's another one that I had on the list, which I thought was pretty good, which we might do. We could do something like a drama on a Strain, something like that. But we're going to aim for Capricorn 1 for next week, movie night. All right? Okay. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you coming by, and I hope you enjoyed the show. I'll see you. Hopefully, we'll see you on Wednesday for the final season 3 episode of Babylon 5. Good night, everybody.
Good night.